One, go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the More You Noble Sports Podcast. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. It is Friday, September 2nd, and all of a sudden, September baseball is finally here.
Yeah, and the Cardinals have a 6.5 game lead in the Central, which is the biggest of the season so far, I believe.
The Brewers at the trade deadline, I believe, were 2 up on us. Is that correct? 2 or 3?
Three, I think. They were four that weekend before, and when we were in Washington.
What a terrible fall for grace for the boys up north.
And they just lost to the Diamondbacks in their first game of what they call, I guess, Craig Timber, which I didn't know was a thing for
They
Craig
call it what?
Council. Craig Timber for Craig Council. I don't know why. But I guess
What?
they have good Septembers with Craig Council. I don't know.
What is that? That's what that means?
They probably have had a lot of success in September with Craig Council, so they call it Craig Timber. The Brewers fans, but I mean
I
0-1 and Craig Timber, so
All right. Hey,
I don't know.
four game. They got a 4 game set in Arizona with the Snakes, who are playing well. We talked about the rookie that they just called up, Carroll. That dude can fly.
He's really good. I mean, him and Alec Thomas are batting back to back in that order, and both those guys are two of the fastest guys in the league. They're really good. I
Yeah,
like that team.
me too. Me too. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they, with Gallen, they got the pieces there. We talk about Christian Walker. I don't know what happens with him, but the fairly good farm system. I'm hoping that they become relevant again. That'd be good for the game.
Yeah, I had something I was about to say. Don't know. They're third in the NL West now. They passed the Giants officially.
Giants are dead.
Oh, they've been dead. They just got swept by the Padres and lost each game by 1 run.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, hey, let's get into the Cardinal talk a little bit. Sort of a weird series, but you come out with I've been saying it, I say it, it's not me. I didn't come up with it, but I will continue to say just win series. And they did. It was a weird one, but they did.
Yeah, I expected them to kind of have a tough time simply because it was the last 3 games of a 17 game and 16-day stretch.
Correct.
Like you're not going to play well throughout that whole stretch. It's not going to happen. And honestly, to win that last game in the 13th inning, that's pretty impressive to me. It was a really ugly game,
Agreed.
but to be able to win it, it's impressive.
I agree 100%. You go in the first night and just blow them out. And then you have the hiccup in game 2. And then to come back game 3 and to play 13, they win it the 13th. Is that right?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, how long's it been since you've seen a game go 13 innings?
Last year, I believe the Padres and the Dodgers went 13 or 14. That crazy game where no one scored and then they scored two, and then Tatis hit a 2 run bomb and it just kept going on. But with the new
Wild.
Manfred guy, I mean, man, I guess whatever you want to call it, don't call it a ghost runner, by the way. It's not a ghost runner.
No,
The
it's
guy
not a
is
ghost.
there.
Anyone who calls it a ghost runner did not grow up playing wiffle ball in the
No,
backyard
like
like I did.
it's not ghost means like you can't see him. That's kind of the point of the word ghost. Like that's not what's happening. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was a Tommy, man. Tommy is such a valuable player. That guy made two great plays to gun the guy at home. One of the plays he made a terrible throw, and Yachty made a great tag. It was not even a fun game to watch. I'm not gonna lie. You would think an extra inning thriller was fun. I just wanted it to be over. It was a 5 hour long game, and I watched all of it.
I did
But
not.
yeah, I mean, to come out on top was huge. I mean, we're gonna talk about Nootbaar a lot later because I think he deserves it. But he came in that game in the ninth inning, ended up having 2 walks and a home run. Oh, 1 for 1 with a home run and 2 walks.
Not a bad day off.
Mm-mm. Also,
Game
a fun
one,
thing. Hold on, one
game one.
thing.
Hey, Stratton gets the. Go
One
ahead.
more thing I have to say that was interesting about that game. Nolan Gorman is the only player ever, I think, or a Cardinal ever, to be considered a left fielder but never step foot in the outfield. Because he came in
Interesting.
as the fifth infielder and never went to the outfield, but came in left field. So that's interesting to me.
Yeah, that's a good stat. That's our good
Thanks.
piece. That's good journalism again. That U of
Thanks.
I degree is paying off you.
That's not
Also, nice
me.
new
Someone said it on
background.
Twitter. Thanks. It looks not. It
Nice,
looks like I'm rich, doesn't it?
nice
It's nice and
stainless
clean.
steel
I
behind you with
lo-
a nice little faucet.
I cut out the dirty dishes over there. Like they're way over there,
Good.
so you
Well
can't
done.
see them. But yeah,
Yeah.
I had to clean up a little bit. Grace just
Yeah.
leaves shit
Well,
all over the place.
I'm just tired of seeing the backpack and the jail cell. So this is much better. A little bit new.
Yeah,
You should do it every one we do should be somewhere else in the house.
I can only do like two more then, and then we'll have to circle back. This place
If
isn't
you really
huge.
if you really want to peacock everybody, you go sit poolside.
Mm. No, it's loud out there. I thought someone was drowning last night out there. They were screaming. I don't
Is
know
it
what's
like
happening.
Vegas? Is it like a Vegas pool out there with DJs and everything else?
No, I don't know why it's so loud. There's just people screaming all the time.
Yeah, well, it's those $2 high noons at Cam's.
Yeah, those are only on Thursdays though.
Well, yesterday
That's why I go on
was
Thursdays.
was Thursday, so that could explain the screaming. Anyway, game one, Miles not sharp. Stratton gets the win. Offense, obviously the story there. A lot of people are. Yes, I saw the tweets. The people who are. It just seems like they just keep getting less and less educated on the game about Miles, and I understand the overall body of work since the All Star break, but the fact is he's had 3 bad games. He has
Yeah,
5 quality starts. He has 3 bad games. 2 of them were at Cincy, and then one was at Coors. I
it
mean,
feels
what?
like it feels like all of our best pitchers don't pitch well in Cincy. But my biggest
Well,
problem, I
there's
saw
a
Randy.
reason.
I'm gonna call him out a little bit. I saw Randy Carricker's tweet of Miles
Yep,
Michaelis's
that's the one that set me off.
ERA, and it's like, well, let's look at this like you're at least a little bit educated on what has happened. Having a 10 run, what was it, 2.1 inning performance, that's gonna make your ERA look bad. But then you're
Right.
gonna just ignore the Brewer start where he was great. Who's the other team we beat? The good
Uh,
team, not the
honestly, I
Braves, but the other
yeah,
team.
Brave.
Yeah, the other team we played that we swept that was good. The Yankees. He was great against the
Yankees had
Yankees.
a gem against the Yankees.
So like you're just ignoring where he's been great. Like he had a bad. Like what do you expect the guy to be perfect? He's been great. He's not going to have it in the year with a sub 3. It's just not going to happen.
I don't understand what some of our media guys do. I really just don't. I don't
And
understand it's clickbait. It's not even a real thing. Like, okay, 8 starts. He's had 3 bad ones. You can't ignore those. But he's had 5 quality starts.
to be
I'll
honest with
take
you
that.
though, he's had 2 bad ones and one okay one. Like and
Right.
he always and honestly that Red Star. I mean they weren't hitting much super hard. It was weird. Like he's had a
Yeah.
couple of those where he's the pitch to contact guy. He strikes people out, but generally he tries to get deep in games and get quick outs. And when those balls aren't going to people, it's going to look a little tough. Like, it happens.
Yep. Agreed.
I'm not worried about Miles Michaelis
Game
even a little
two.
bit.
Game two. You think that's the last start we see Dakota Hudson for the year?
No, I think he starts on the doubleheader that we have
Okay.
coming up.
Yeah, because they've
So
got a lot of games coming up.
what they did, and I thought it was smart, was they know they had a doubleheader. So they made Jack throw one more rehab start, and then the doubleheader. Now Dak and Jack can both go that day, and then you have two
Yeah.
starters. So
Yeah.
no,
Dakota.
unless they
I
want to
don't
go Jake
know.
Woodford,
I don't know what you look. I'm not giving up on Dakota Hudson. I won't. He's 20,
no,
26,
26,
some,
27, one, two.
somewhere in that area, right? He's young. He has good stuff. But I will say it again. If I am one of his fielders behind him, I don't know how many times I have to tell him, hurry the fuck up and throw the ball. Like it is that would, as a middle infielder myself through high school and college, that would do me in. Watching the game is miserable. It really is. Watching him pitch is
Mm-hmm.
miserable. And I don't know how many claws Mike Maddox needs to give him to tell him that he needs a pitch clock. That's what needs to happen right now for Dakota
It's
Hudson
coming.
to become a better pitcher. That's what I think. I honestly believe that.
I honestly thought his start Saturday, I believe, wasn't it? Wasn't his reason for being bad wasn't the same as his prior reasons for being bad. It wasn't that his pace wasn't horrible and he wasn't walking people. They were just hitting the pitches he was making. Because I don't know. I mean, you sit on one pitch with that guy. Like his slider's not gonna it's not gonna strike a bunch of people out. It's not gonna surprise you. It doesn't have sharp break. So when you sit on a sinker, if you're hitting it hard, like he's gonna have a tough start. That's what they were doing. He was aggressive in the zone and they were hitting everything hard, which I guess you could say is a little alarming that he was doing everything right. It was bad. But I think with Dakota Hudson, when he's starting and he's actually doing that every start, he's gonna have starts like that where it's frustrating because he gives up a lot of hits because he doesn't have swing and miss in this game. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with Dakota Hudson. I almost think I don't know. I don't know if he brings much value to the bullpen. If I'm being honest with you, because I think Jake
Oh,
Woodford's been better and he's in the bullpen. So I don't know
I
what you
don't.
do with him.
I think you keep him up here through September, but he's not on the postseason roster. That's easy.
I mean, you can't even give him innings over Jake Woodford right now. Like you can't validate that.
And I honestly don't know. Well, we'll get to Jack in a minute, so I don't want to get far ahead of that or get to the post. Like it's low. That's putting a little bit before
The
the
cart before the
horse before
horse.
the cart before the horse because we don't really. I mean, we still got 4 weeks left, but
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do with him because it is miserable. And if I'm a fielder, I tweeted out the other night, I'd just sit down. I think like maybe that would get the point across. Throw the fucking ball. Like he stands there. What are you thinking about?
I don't know. I mean, I thought he was better last start with that, but he has done
Well,
that a lot. I
the,
don't.
the
I don't know.
frustrating thing is the Thursday before he comes out and throws a quality start, he goes 7. He's moving with a little sense of urgency. He is getting ground ball outs. He's doing everything you need. But then he comes out in Cincy and just reverts right back to what he's done. And like I said, I'm not going to bury him. I'm a Dakota Hudson fan. If Dakota Hudson is doing what Dakota Hudson can do, he is a great back of the rotation pitcher for you. I mean, he is. That's all there is to it. But he's not doing it right now. And then yesterday was Plante. Yesterday got the win in. He got the win coming in.
He was so good. Oh my God, he was so good.
Quintana started, and Quintana didn't start great, but I thought he gutted himself through. He was fine. Yeah,
he was fine. He's about what you expect. I also don't think he's a starter in the postseason. Most likely, hopefully, if Jack comes back, he's good.
Okay, that was the cart that was going to go before the horse. I was going to say that, but you just.
But he's a guy that if you have a lot of games and you want to give him a start, you have confidence he can go out there and give you a chance to win. So even in the playoffs, in my opinion. But I think Palante needs some love. That dude came in with a runner on second base for 2 innings with no runs. Like he gets a run, the game's over. Got out of it both times, and then one of them was first and third with nobody out because they got an infield single and he still got out of it. A lot to the defense because the defense was great, and then comes in and then of course he gives up a run after we get 3 and makes it scary. But they end up winning, so he was really good. I mean, he threw 3 innings, no earned runs because that runner doesn't count as an earned run. I mean, he did everything and more than you could have asked for him. Like if he would have lost that game,
people don't realize is Palante jumped up from Double A. Like this isn't a guy who's been in the minors for a long time.
No,
college, low A, high A, Double A, majors. Had a great spring training, and has been such a great contributor for this team the entire year. He has done everything they've asked of him, and I don't even think I think everybody start. If you're not noticing, you're not watching.
I think everyone's noticed him. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like everybody should know the name. But he has been so valuable. And, I think come playoff time, when you look at your starters, if they get you through 5, you've got guys like Hicks, you've got guys like Palante, you've got Gio, you've got Zach Thompson, you've got, fill in the blank there from the left side.
You forgot Helsley.
Well, no, I wasn't there yet. And then you got Helsley at the end. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if your starters can give you 5 in the playoffs, and if they give you 6, that's gravy. But if they give you 5 in a 3-game series, you've got it set up to where guys are going to be ready to go every night, and they only need to go an inning.
Yeah, and then Higgs and Palante, obviously, if a guy has a clunker, or like even say he gives up 2 through 3 and you don't feel comfortable sitting back out there, you've got guys that can cover some bulk innings. But for me, I tweeted this after Palante, after we won, that Palante is a guy in the playoffs you can give the ball in any situation and have full confidence that he will do whatever you ask and do it well. Like he could come in bases loaded, nobody out, and you feel good that he's going to limit the damage, like no matter what. So that's a guy you love to have, especially what is he, 24? Is he even that old?
I think he's 24 because he played college ball, right? So
he's 23, turning 24 in 17 days.
Yep. And I have to think, I don't know what they'll do. My guess is they don't send him to a fall league because he's thrown so many innings this year. My guess is there's no need to put extra innings on that. But my guess is he comes into spring training competing for a rotation spot and knowing that if he doesn't earn it, you have an incredibly invaluable piece in the bullpen again next year. Again, horse, but you understand what I'm saying.
My hope is obviously that they have 5 starters other than him, and he's your fallback plan. Like Tony Gonsolin, let's not forget this year the Dodgers had Tony Gonsolin as a fallback plan for their rotation.
Right,
he just took it by storm. That's what you want. Is you want guys like Palante and you want guys like Jake Woodford or Dakota Hudson even to be in your organization already that can be a starter. And the problem that a lot of Cardinal fans have, and where I disagree with them, is they say go sign 7 starters. Well, they're not going to come here. Right. Like Jose Quintana when they come here this offseason. So you want to have the guys like Palante.
Zach Davies wasn't coming here.
Well, who wants him anyway? He's horrible. Anyway.
No, what I'm saying is those were the names that were thrown out to Jordan Lyles and to Zach Davies. They got a guaranteed roster spot. By the way, Jordan Lyles has been nails in Baltimore, but they've got a guaranteed roster spot at guaranteed starter money. They weren't going to take a question mark starter spot for a question mark starter money. No, and that's why when you start yelling at Mo, we should have had 8 starters. Well, no, that doesn't happen unless you have them in your system. And that's where we were a little bit exposed this year with the lack of start. Agreed.
Yeah, that's the problem is that they don't have starting pitching depth, and they're trying to replenish that. That's why they drafted so many college pitchers this year. But you want to have a guy like Palante not even fighting for a spot necessarily, but to be a guy where if someone goes down, he steps right in.
You're covered. I agree. And Zach Thompson, that guy too, I think next year.
I think he's a bullpen guy. I'll be honest with you. His stuff plays up in the bullpen. Dude, he throws 99 out of the bullpen. No, it doesn't. He had 1 start and gave up 6 for Pittsburgh.
Well,
it was bad. Like he seems like when he gets through an order more than once, it starts to become a problem. And maybe that doesn't last. He has stuff where he's versatile, but for me right now, Zach Thompson's my number one lefty out of the pen. Him and JoJo, my God, that
Um,
guy deserves some love too.
as we're talking about the rotation, have to be geeked about what we saw from Jack this week.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was great. I was
I mean,
following along on it.
did you get to hear Mark DeRosa, who absolutely is a Jack Flaherty, like he loves Jack Flaherty? Did you hear him like breaking him down and talking about him? I mean, he was throwing gas with ease, but it looked like Jack Flaherty 2019.
Yeah. Also, here's the thing. So yes, he was throwing hard, probably 96, 97.
I thought they said he hit 98.
The radar gun said he hit 100. He didn't, and he
Oh,
doesn't. He won't. Okay, Singwano was supposed to be throwing 102 when he came over here,
right,
throwing 93. The
right.
radar guns can be inflated down there. Like even Palante was said to throw 99. He doesn't. So yeah, he's not throwing 100. So relax on that. I don't care what the radar guns say. But yeah, he was throwing hard. I mean, Jack is at his best when he's 93 to 94 consistently, and he can ramp it up to 96, 97 when he needs a swing and miss. And he's really good at that.
Especially
He
with
didn't
that
have
first team.
Yeah, he didn't have that when he was here last time. He didn't have that extra gear, and if he has that, that was great. And it was great to see him. He had a couple earned runs. I saw the play that had the earned run on it. The left fielder just missed the ball, like it was like up against the wall. He didn't even put his glove up and it hit off the top of the wall. So whatever. But he looked great. He went what 7 innings?
7,
I think he
yes.
might have gone into the eighth. He might have gone seven plus, but he
So he will pitch Tuesday, I believe, right against the
in the
or is it Monday?
doubleheader. He'll pitch it in
Tuesday,
the
yeah, yeah,
doubleheader Tuesday.
against the Nationals.
Him and Dak
Five game
both.
series, 5 game series against Washington, right?
Four. Why would they play five?
Well, we're going Thursday.
Oh, there's no doubleheader. Was I
Okay, I didn't think
misled?
so.
Someone misled me.
Yeah, I didn't think they had a doubleheader against Washington.
Someone
When you said that, I was
someone had
surprised.
someone I don't know. I think it was Jeff Jones, but someone had
Yeah,
some wrong journalism out there.
because
So the doubleheader thing I said about Dakota Hudson, that was all wrong.
I'm going with some friends Thursday to the businessman special Thursday afternoon game. So that'll be fun.
And they have
This
another tough
weekend we get
stretch
the
coming
Cubs
up.
in town. That's cool. Cubs weekend series. Again, we went when it was during the week. That was cool, but it should never be that way. It should always be a weekend series here in St. Louis or in Chicago, especially
Yep.
next year when you have 13 games versus 19. So it should definitely be all weekend series.
Yep.
Tonight you've got Samson and Monty. Now Samson has given us fits in the past, but I'm just not. It's to the point, dude. And I know this is probably anti lifelong Cardinal fan theory, not theory, track record. I'm not even like I just feel like our starters are going to go out. They're going to pitch well. Somebody's going to hit, if not everybody's going to hit. And in the end, come out with 2 or 3 from the Cubs. You got Jordan Lyles, or not Jordan Lyles. Well, good Lord, brain fart there.
Jordan Montgomery.
Drew Smiley. Drew Smiley tomorrow. And then you got the Sunday against Wayno. I mean, that's a dub, right? And then you got Michaelis back at home on Sunday against Stroman, who, by the way, for some reason, we now own Marcus Stroman. Like, we have hit him so well this year. A guy who I've always been a big fan of as far as the way he throws, but we found something that has helped us hit Marcus Stroman.
I think it's his sinker. We hit sinker ballers very well. A lot of our guys have trouble with the velocity at the top of the zone. So when you have a guy that throws pretty, he doesn't go slow, but it sinks down into their bat path. I think that's probably where you find the success, especially with like Gorman, who struggles at the top of the zone. Well, by the way, we need to talk about him in a little bit because I don't know what they're doing with him. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of confidence, and then basically every night they at least have a chance. I don't even care if it's Quintana versus, I mean, who's a Jacob DeGrom. I still think they're going to have a chance to win the game at some point. Like that's just how well they're playing right now. And I think you look at it, even this whole season, there hasn't been a lot. We haven't gotten blown out very often. Like we did get blown out against the Braves, that happened. But I mean, I can count on one hand the amount of
Colorado.
times I can remember like a blowout against us. Like it doesn't happen. That's why our run differential is so good. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I always feel like they're in every game. It seems like every single one, no matter what.
It does. It does. It's fun right now. It's fun to be a Cardinal fan. I mean, I said this. I think either last pod or the one before it. Like just the idea that right now. Last night I watched No Cardinal. So your mom and I got caught up a little bit on Better Call Saul. So got a few left on that. But then I watched college football last night. It was awesome. Like incredible. 2 great games. West Virginia hit the backyard brawls back.
Two overturned catches that were like game changing catches. I could
The
not
refs
believe
hate
that
West Virginia.
that Purdue catch was fantastic. That was one of the best catches I've ever seen. And then they overturned it. And Drew, I wanted. Okay, I have a problem. I hate Purdue. One, but two, I don't like seeing Drew Brees sad. So I was kind of rooting for Purdue to win because he looked really sad. So
Yeah.
that was the limit in my
By the way,
head.
the new Drew Brees athletic facility at Purdue looks fucking sweet.
Also, he looks great, by the way. Can we get him
He
back on the
does. He
team?
looks like he could play.
I know. He said he could. He said, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I could play right now if
Yeah,
I wanted, but yeah, I don't know. He's just living
yeah.
the life. Good to see him there, though. Good to see him out about around
Mount
football.
Rushmore of my all-time favorite athletes. Drew Brees is on it.
He might be number one on mine.
Well, it's Michael Jordan's number
I wasn't
one,
alive.
and King Griffey Jr.'s number two. So, but Drew Brees is on
Yeah, he's on that. You know who's climbing that list fast? Nolan Arenado. That guy
it.
is incredible. Did you see
Hey,
the
speaking
homer he
of,
hit?
you had to love the John Heyman news, right?
I didn't see it. I don't follow him.
John Heyman essentially came out and he did come out and say Nolan Arenado's not opting out of St. Louis. He will not be a free agent next year.
Great. He's going to opt out.
No, he's not. He's
John
not.
Heyman says false shit all the time. That dude.
But he's not. Like,
no, I mean, I don't think he is. And even if he is, I would be inclined to believe that he would opt out and say, hey, guys, I want to be here. Let's restructure the contract. Which would be fair. If
he's
he
not
did
opting.
that, if he came to him and said, hey, I want 30 a year for the next 8, okay, give it to him. You know what I mean? Like that,
I almost
that
think,
wouldn't
dude,
surprise me.
Here's the thing. I don't think he'll do it next year. And the reason is because the club's going to say to him, look, if you don't opt out, Colorado has to eat 20 mil of your 35 mil salary. We can take that and go spend anybody. So if you want to opt out and we'll restructure your deal at the end of next year,
He can't.
we can do that.
He can't. This is his last opt out.
Huh?
This is his last opt out after his.
Oh, I thought he had another one.
He had 2, but the one was last year. He didn't use it.
All right. So I misunderstood that.
So he can't. But they could
way,
restructure if he wanted. But I mean, I don't know why the team would even do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
because then we'll take that 20 mil and we're going to go sign Wilson Contreras. That's what we're going to do.
We need to talk about that more in the offseason because
let's talk about it right now.
Well, I want to talk about it, but I also don't want to get off track of the season now because I feel like it kind of,
that's
I don't want to talk about it next
year.
Fair.
But it doesn't matter. We're signing him. He's going to be a Cardinal next year.
I don't have that much confidence. I think they're going to be in on him. I don't know what that means. Now, would it surprise me if a team like Houston comes in and says, "Hey, here's $25 million a year," and we're not matching that? No, that wouldn't surprise me. Or would it surprise me if the Cubs say, "Well, you're the Mets that we want"? Yeah, I mean, well, no, fuck them. They're not getting him.
Right.
I hate the Mets. They're gonna. Okay. They had the the Mets have to sign.
We want to talk about Gorman here in a minute. I know, but first to get to Gorman, I think you have to go through what we're doing with Gorman. And the fact is, Albert hits number 694.
Mm-hmm.
Off the 400, again, another check mark of first in the MLB history, 450 pitchers. That's, first of all, 450 home runs is unheard of. The fact that you've taken 450 guys bridge is unbelievable. And number 694, and I'm setting this all up for you to talk about Gorman. I have 2 thoughts, and I want to get your thoughts on it. First of all, it's awesome watching it. But I talked to some buddies last night, and I think a lot of people are in agreement. You're just exposing Albert by putting him out there every night against hard-throwing right-handers. That's one. But 2, when you get to the postseason, you need Nolan Gorman to be right. You need him to be hitting. You can't just bury him on the bench. And I feel the same way with Dylan Carlson, actually, to chase the 700. Hey, I want Albert to get to 700. Don't get me wrong. But to me, the postseason and on way more important than Albert getting to 700. So if you're going to bury Nolan Gorman for Albert to chase 700, then you're doing the team and Nolan and potentially the postseason disservice, in my opinion. Thoughts?
Yeah, I have a few thoughts. One, we don't know what they're doing with Gorman. So we don't know what the reason is that they're sitting him. It could be as simple as, hey, I need a few days off to get my swing right. That could be happening. Correct. And that could be what they're doing, and it could have nothing to do with Albert. So that's one. And also, Albert's been taking really good at bats against righties. He ended up winning the game off a sac fly off a righty. He's looked really good. Also, before I get to that, Ross Detweiler from St. Louis, Missouri. Cool for him to be the last guy, the guy to break the record. So that's cool. And then he got DFA'd the next day, but whatever. I mean, he's had a pretty good career. He's 36.
First-round pick, by the way.
Yeah, he's had a good career too. He hasn't been great, but he's had solid years in the big leagues. I don't know what they're doing.
Career or professional career.
I don't think Ollie's gonna do away with Nolan Gorman. It could have been a mental reset for 3 days. It could have been maybe his back was bothering him. Like that's been a thing that he's dealt with in the past.
Correct.
So that could also, I don't know. They haven't said.
Is he in the lineup tonight?
I don't know if it's been released yet. They play at 7, so it's 4 hours in advance.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
He is playing tonight, batting 7.
Okay. Well, there we go. Good.
I have a thought on Dylan Carlson as well. I think Dylan Carlson needs to be your center fielder in the playoffs because I think you need that defense. Now, what does that mean for Gorman or Dickerson? Whoever's hitting well at the time needs to be playing, and the other one needs.
And Corey Dickerson continues to hit, by the way.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He's deserved that playing time. He shouldn't be in left field though in a playoff series. He should be your DH. That's what you signed him for. That's what needs to happen.
All right.
He's
Okay.
really bad out there, really bad. And Tyler's not bad in center field. He's pretty good, but he's not Dylan Carlson. And when you're out there, you want, and postseason games are really tight. Most of them are. There's very rarely do teams score more than 7 runs in a postseason game. You need to have your outfield be as strong as possible, and you need to be. Their Cardinals' identity has been for years, well, 2 or 3 now, defensive. You need to have that out there. You need to be able to stop if you're
One
not
hundred
if Dylan
percent.
Carlson isn't going to provide many runs because he's hitting poorly, bat him seventh and let him save you 3 a game because that's what he's been doing. That's my opinion.
I think that's a very. I mean, I can't argue. In fact, those were sort of what I said last night when I was talking to a couple friends. The same thing. Like Carlson and Gorman can be very important. Now, like you said, if Carlson's in there, that gives you some flexibility with Dickey. So that you've got that. So I know you want to talk, which obviously we need to. But did Lars, Wally, Pip, Juan Yepes? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, exactly what happened.
All right. See,
Him and Dickerson both. Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
exactly what happened. But
There we go.
Juan will be back in about 6 days, maybe he'll be back. And then Deluzio will be back down. Good for him, by the way. We shout out Ben Deluzio getting his call up. He's been in the
Absolutely.
minor leagues for a while. Really good player, by the way. Like he can be pretty valuable. He's really fast. That's a guy that could make your postseason roster and be a pinch runner if you need one.
And he
So
is here. He is here for 2 things: to see how he can handle
mhm.
running at the big league level, and to pinch run for Yachty and Albert late in the game.
And if you want to play Corey Dickerson and maybe you want to use your spots to get Carlson at bat against a lefty, and then later on you maybe pinch hit for Carlson or something, and then you have another outfielder. So it's
And
fine.
I've been one of the guys all year, like, where's Alec? Like, why can't we call up Alec Carlson? But there is obviously a reason that he's not up here. I know they really want him to work on some defensive stuff at the minor leagues. And to me, this move makes sense. Like people on Twitter were all up in arms. Well, you have to actually look at why the move was done. I thought I don't remember if it was Kyle Rice. Is that that's right?
Reese, I
Reese.
believe
Okay, is it Reese? I didn't
it's
know. All right.
Reis, so I would
Yeah,
assume
I
it's
know.
Reese. I
Okay.
don't know. By the way, I
Beautiful.
almost mentioned him
I like
earlier.
him a lot.
The Jack Flaherty stuff, he kept up with all that. If you want to know anything about the minor leagues, please
Agreed.
go follow Kyle Reese. He's like the best.
Yeah. Or
He's the best
Rice.
out
We
there.
don't know.
He's also hilarious. I'm a big fan of him.
He is. But anyway, he really laid it out. And it was so good to see because so many people use illogical arguments and emotional arguments. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of that at times as well. I am. But
Mm-hmm.
the reason when he laid it out, it made so much sense.
I also tweeted this as well. I don't know. I didn't see what he said, but what I said was, "You're struggling." We just talked about it. Carlson and Gorman. You're struggling to get them in the lineup. Why would you add another guy to that situation? Like
Agreed.
you have Donovan, Dickerson, and Gorman. All three, you're struggling to find playing time. Well, not Donovan, but the other two, you're really trying to find a bats for him. Why would you put another lefty in that fold? Like Lars Nootbaar and Donovan and Dickerson and Gorman all should be getting at bats over Alec Burleson at this level. So why would you add another left-handed outfielder to the equation? It doesn't make any sense.
Agreed. And give Alec Burleson every day at bats at Memphis like he deserves.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
been great. I hope if
My
there's no
issue with him
spot,
was when we called up Connor Capel. That was my issue.
they didn't want to put
Over
him on the 40 man for
that
this
was it.
situation where now Ben
Right.
Deluzio's up. Like
Yeah,
they
that was
had the
it.
plan and they followed it well and it's worked out. I hope Alec Burleson. One, I hope he's good here. That's what I want first and foremost. But if he isn't going to get that opportunity, I hope we trade him and hope he goes somewhere and has success. But um,
Agreed.
right now, like there's no reason for it. I'm sure it's frustrating for him, and I would
So let
understand if he was frustrated, but it makes sense for this team right now.
so let's get to the 95 years later. Wally Pipp, Lars Nootbaar.
He's okay. You
Well,
want me to? Are
Lars
we going?
Lars is our Lou Gehrig in this story.
Not yet, not yet, but he might get there. Um, so I've got okay. The biggest thing I look at when I see a guy like this, I look at is this a Jeremy Hazelbaker situation, and is he coming up? Is this a fluke? I have some things that it's not a
First of
fluke.
all, why are you taking shots at Jeremy Hazelbaker?
Because it was a fluke. Um, I think you have to look at there's certain things like hard hit percentage, like chase percentage, that really show you if a guy is going to be able to last at the league and if their success is sustainable or they're just hot. Lars's hard hit percentage is 46.2%. That's really good. I mean, Goldie's is 47.1. William Contreras, who's having a great year, 47.1. Freddie Freeman, 47.1. Pete Alonso, 47.3. So he's hitting and a hard hit percentage is balls hit over 95 miles per hour. So he's hitting everything hard. His max exit velo is in the top 80% in the league at 111.8, I believe was his hardest he's hit a ball. So I was looking at his stats, and obviously we know he started out really poorly. You want to hear his first half and second half splits. His first half splits, He had an 85 OPS plus, which was an OPS of 655, not great. Second half, and that was saved honestly by that last week stretch where he was really good against LA. Second half, 169 OPS plus for a 954 OPS, which is better than Juan Soto, by the way. And that it doesn't even tell the whole story because I looked at it. That I mean, if you go back even a little farther than when the second half started, he's been better than that. Because in July he had a 187 OPS plus for a 1030 OPS, and in August a 979 OPS for a 177 OPS plus. That to me, because he had a rough like last week of July, which kind of hurt his stats for the second half, but his overall stats for July were great. His last 2 months, he has an OPS plus of 180. 180. He's 80% above average. And from the leadoff spot, he has a hold on, a 174 OPS plus in 14 games. I mean, you found your leadoff hitter. He has 4 bombs. He has 8 strikeouts to 12 walks from the leadoff spot, and his 38 walks to 51 strikeouts on the year. And here's the most impressive thing to me: his chase percentage is 20.6%. Goldie's for reference. Goldie doesn't chase very much. 25% is his chase rate. His chase contact percent, which means the balls he chases that he hits or fouls off or whatever, 59%. So he only chases 20% of the time, but 60% of those he makes contact with. Like that is incredibly impressive. He's also has one of the best contact averages on fastballs and curveballs. On off speed, like changeup, it's a little tough, but that's most lefties because right-handers when they throw changeups, they're normally to lefties. But that is incredibly impressive to me. Like he doesn't swing and miss, he doesn't chase, and when he does, he hits the ball. And he what does he have 10 home runs on the year now? And
Yep.
200 at bats. So he's averaging a home run every 20 at bats, and he has a OPS for the year now of 827, which is incredible. Like that's not all star caliber. It's not MVP caliber, but it's all star caliber. And he has an OBP of 360, and that's after the first half when he had a 277 OBP. So he's been one of the best hitters in baseball. Finally, he's getting some recognition on MLB Network. I saw Bill Ripken did a breakdown of him, which is pretty cool. But I mean, his success is
Fuck faith.
sustainable. His success is sustainable because he's not. It's not like he's hitting 380 and he's homering every other at bat. He's just getting on base. He's not chasing. He's hitting the ball hard when he hits it, and he's picking his spot. Like he knows how to pick his spots when he's going for it to hit a homer, which he did. Thank God in Cincinnati, he tried to hit the ball out and he crushed it. And he did. Did you see him do the primetime dance around second base? That was awesome.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know. He's been incredible. Like that 20% chase percentage is great, but that's worse than he was last year here. Like he had a 17% last year. So as great as that is, he's been better than that. So he's not. It's not like he's at a peak where he doesn't do this all the time. And he was rated last year after the season as the best. What was it? Best batter's eye prospect in baseball. So this is like who he's been. So I don't know. I mean, I think you might found your right fielder for the next 5 years.
It sure seems like he has taken to the leadoff spot like a catfish to the Mississippi here.
His batting average has fallen a little bit, but his on base percentage and slugging has risen. So I don't really care.
Also, you skipped right over the fuckface
Uh,
comment.
you said fuckface.
You were in the zone. You were in the Lars Lou Gehrig over Wally Pipp zone. You were in
I
it.
had a lot of stuff and I had to get through all of it. I didn't even go to
You
get to all of
mentioned
it.
Billy Ripken, and he had the famous baseball card that said
Oh,
fuckface.
okay. See, I saw you talk when I said Bill Ripken, but I just ignored you.
Fair. That's what most, to be honest, that's most of my life.
Also, two WAR in let me 23, 35, and 58 games started. It's really good.
All
Like
right, so
that's on
the
pace for a
Caleb
six
man
WAR.
crush on Lars is in full effect, and I think it should be for all of us.
He's been incredible, Dad. Like I just said, he came in. I mean, he's not Juan Soto, so I'm not going to say that. There's these comparisons. He has been better than Juan Soto, but
He has.
he's not better than Juan Soto.
No,
But what I'm saying
let's
is the
relax.
style of play that he has at the plate is very similar to Juan Soto in the fact that he doesn't chase, that he doesn't care about batting average really, but he gets on base a ton and he can hit for power and he picks his spots. Like he does have a similar batting approach to Juan Soto, not as defined and not as good. That's not what I'm saying. He's not like I was trying to say. I was like, how much better is Juan Soto at chase percentage than Lars? I was just curious. Yeah, he has a 16%. He's the best in the league. He's just the best. He's the best player in the world in my eyes, maybe. Hitter, I guess. But he's been. I mean, he has that approach where, I mean, he's your perfect leadoff hitter. Like you could not. What he's doing right now, you could not pick a better. Like you couldn't draw it up any better. Like him and Donovan 1-2. Like that's a perfect 1-2, and he's been incredible.
Hey, it is cast a wide net, something catches one of those catfish. I cast a lot of wide nets. I throw a lot of things out there, but I am so happy that they put Newt and Donnie at the top. I really am. Because it just seemed like it always made sense for two high on base guys to be hitting ahead of. And when you have Tommy at the bottom, who maybe isn't a high on base guy, he's still a guy who can get hot. You got those three guys in front of Goldie and Nolan. Just seems to make sense to me. What do I know?
I mean, it's been great. And you look at it, I mean, if Carlson gets going, my God, from the seventh spot, what that could be like.
Right.
But
right.
406 OBP, 569 slug from the leadoff spot. That's prime Matt Carpenter, but maybe even better. Like, that's what that is right now.
That ball Tyler hit Monday night in Cincinnati.
What one? Which one?
I don't even know. Well, the first one. The second one was obviously pissed on. But that first one, that ball, I don't know what the number said, 427, 437. That's bullshit.
I think it was 444.
That thing would, if there weren't seats there, that thing would have gone 500 feet.
I thought it might have gone through the seat.
That thing was absolutely destroyed. And I'm telling he looks, and people hate Jim Edmonds.
He was 0 for his last two games, so it's fair to say that.
I know. I get that's what
but he also
that's Major League Baseball, dude. Like,
he flew out to the warning track and right center twice on. I know you weren't watching twice on Sunday, so he's still hitting the ball hard. He just wasn't getting the.
But also on Tuesday, he had two line drives, one right at the shortstop who was playing the shift. Otherwise, that's a hit. And he hits one to left field. Left field didn't have to move. It was hit so hard he caught it right at his chest.
He's also not striking out as much, which is obviously big for him.
I know he's had his struggles, and you guys, everybody knows my love for Tyler O'Neill. I'm a big fan of his. But it does feel like, hit into more tough luck this year than anybody on the Cardinal team.
He hits the ball really hard.
There's probably somebody else who's done. I don't know.
Kisner.
It just feels like he's hit so many balls right on the screws that have found their ways in the glove. And I know that's baseball, but it does feel
I think the problem was his launch angle was off, and that's what I was seeing a lot. A lot of his hard hit balls were straight to the ground. They were straight to a shortstop. When Tyler's going well, the hard hit balls are in the air, and they're going 440 feet. Like, that's what he's trying to do, and it seems like he's found that a little bit more. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'll take the Tyler O'Neill that maybe he's not batting 290 like last year. Maybe he's batting 250, 260. But if he's hitting at a 30 home run clip, like that type of pace, that's what I want. I don't really care if he's batting 200, 290. You don't need that. You need him to be in the middle of the order as a threat that can back up Nolan Arenado every single day, where you think twice about walking Nolan in a big situation.
Agreed.
Because he's on deck, and that's what they did when they struck out Nolan and Goldie. Well, watch out. There's still another guy. And, man, when there's a lefty on the mound, you've got a four-headed monster in the middle of that order with Albert, Goldie, Nolan, and Tyler, because Tyler kills lefties. And when there's a righty, I mean, that's where Tyler's been doing a lot of his damage lately, which is big. You got a three-headed monster maybe if he can get going. So that's what you want. And I think they're – I don't know. I think if he gets going, if Carlson or Tommy's been really good lately, another homer the other day. If one of those two gets going, I mean, that lineup just lengthens out so long. And, yeah, I mean, Yachty needs to get going. He's been bad, but –
let me add to that. Andrew Kisner has hit the shit out of the ball for 30 games. Do you think the next 4 weeks he gets 4 out of 7 games? Because we've got a lead. You've got a 6.5 game lead.
I don't.
You don't. So you think
they're
still going to run Yachty into the 4 weeks?
My thing is Yachty needs to be your postseason catcher. He just does. So you need to try and get him going. So I think you split it maybe 50-50.
It's not going to happen, dude. You're not going to get him going.
You need to at least get him to the point where he can get a hit. And I think he can get there. I don't think I don't think everything is gone. I don't. But I'm not saying he needs to be a 700 OPS guy, but he needs to be a guy that can at least get a hit. Like, that's what you need him to be able to do that, because you really don't want to take Yachty out in big moments in the postseason.
He is
you
like
want him back behind the plate.
OPS plus.
He's not been good. I'm not saying he has, but you still need to. I mean, here's the thing: it's Yachty.
Right.
It's still Yachty, and it's his last month and a half of playing baseball, maybe 2 if they go on a deep run. I mean, he's probably going to try and give it everything he has, so give him that chance. Like, this is your last 2 months, Yachty. It's a sprint.
Yeah,
give everything you have.
Ollie said, right, Ollie gave him a big hug the other day and said, yeah, give me the best month you have or something like that. Love it. That's what you got to say to him. Like, he's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to dog up. That's not what we're here for. You and I didn't start this to dog on players, so I'm not going to do it.
Yachty.
But he just, huh?
So especially not Yachty.
Oh, of course not. But it's a different lineup when Kiz is in there. There's no doubt about it.
It is, but here's what I'll say. I'm going to make a prediction. Not that Yachty's going to be a good hitter, but I think he's going to have some big moments in the postseason down the stretch this year.
Okay,
I think you're going to see that.
First of all, if he has a couple big offensive moments, Cardinals are going to the NLCS. That's what I'll say.
Oh, I think they are.
All right.
I'm saying it. I mean, I think they're maybe the most complete team. No, that's not true. I think them, the Braves, the Mets are all very much so similar on how complete they are. And to be
What
honest
about
with
the
you, I think
Dodgers?
the Mets are the least. No, they're a level ahead of everyone.
Okay, okay, all right, all right,
Yeah, they're
okay,
a level
fair,
up, but the
fair.
other
Okay.
teams I think are very similar.
Before we get around the league, do you have anything else Cardinal related? Oh, here's what I want to say to our Cardinal fans out there, which I know there are a lot of you. Again, thank you for listening to all this. But also, you got Labor Day weekend, 3 against the Cubs. That's awesome.
That's
Then
perfect.
you
Yeah,
got 4 next week with Washington. You got a 6.5 game league. The weather looks beautiful. There might be a pop up. I mean, it's September or whatever. It might rain a little bit here or there. Nothing big. You've got Albert chasing 700. You've got Goldie chasing an MVP and 2 triple crowns, not just one, 2 triple crowns.
they need
You
to
got
count that
Nolan
as one.
Arenado. Could you not have washed off the stamp from the bar last night?
I tried, dude. Look, it's faded.
Are they using Sharpies up there at U of I? What the
No,
fuck's
it's a
going
stamp.
on?
It's a stamp, but it takes 3 days to come off every time. Some of the
Jesus.
time they just like go right back over the other one they just put on it 2 days ago, and it's like the same. It never goes away.
We, we used to go to this bar called Granny's Rocker, right? And it was
Yeah,
connected to a bowling alley in Edwardsville. So we were with my buddy Greg, who we were like 18, 19, maybe 18. He was 21. He would go through, get the sticker, meet us in the bathroom that conjoined,
lick it and then put it on your
lick the
hand.
hands, and we went penny pitchers, baby. Let's go.
Good thing here at Good Old Champagne, you only have to be 19 to drink alcohol here. I don't know. I
Can
don't know how
you
they get
believe
away
that
with
they
it,
used
but
to
here we
have a
are.
thing called? Can you believe they had a thing called penny pitchers?
It was a penny for a pitcher.
Yep.
No way.
I,
How did you not die?
well, we might have come close a few times.
Wait, so
Now,
you're
I
telling
think
me that a
we had
dollar
five
would be a
dollar cover,
hundred?
maybe five
Mine was
dollar cover.
10. Hold on. My question is, how you could pay a dollar for 100 pitchers?
You could. Now we all obviously tipped. We weren't idiots, but
That doesn't
but
make.
yeah,
Why would
penny
you
for a
do that? Just
pitcher.
make it dollar pitchers. Like people would still pay
Well,
that.
here's
That's
how
just.
they were charging cover, so you had to pay the cover. But we're talking, dude. This is 1990, right?
I pay
Like this
cover
isn't.
everywhere I go. I don't know what your
And
problem is. I
so
don't
here
pay
was the
penny
thing:
for pitchers.
Thursday night at Granny's Rocker was penny pitchers. Monday night at Donzo's was dime drafts. So you could go get a draft for a dime.
Whatever.
Not
It's like people
nobody
they were.
cared how
You sound like an old man talking about gas prices right now.
like no, it's not. It's just that's the way. I mean, penny pitchers were great. Thursday, penny pitchers. It was awesome.
I'm over here.
The Granny's Rocker here in Alton used to have a barber chair, and they would like you could pay, and they'd like spin you around and pour alcohol down your throat, and then somebody died, and they had to close down Granny's Rocker here in Alton. So while there were some cool things that
Let's not laugh
happened in the
about
90s,
someone
not all was
dying.
rose. No. Was not laughing that someone died. Just that
Sounded
a
like you were
terrible
kind
idea.
of. Kind
No.
of sounded
I'm
like you
laughing
were
at the
laughing about it.
absurdity of the idea of saying, let's take this barber chair, let's lay some guy back and hold his arms, and we're going to pour $4 a pint tequila down his throat and hope it's all right.
Ugh, that sounds horrible.
So I'm glad that I'm glad. Hey, if we're using Sharpies, I'm glad that we've moved on.
It wasn't a Sharpie. It was a freaking stamp. I don't know why it's
Okay.
still on my. I swear, there's some times where I'll go there and this one will still be here, and they'll go right back over it, and then it never goes
There
away.
you go.
It's
It's
five
now
days.
a tattoo. Welcome
That's
to your
it,
first
basically.
tattoo. Welcome to your
Thanks.
first tattoo. All right. Before we get around the league, I want to make an announcement for our podcast that I think we're sort of excited about. We're going to do our first giveaway.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were talking about at first.
Sometimes I feel like we have discussions that we talk about, hey, this is what we should do. Yes, that's a great idea. Then I bring them up on pod, and you act like you've never fucking heard about it once.
I completely forgot about this. It was like 2 days
not
ago
at
you
all.
told me.
It's those high noons. All right. So,
fix your camera. Oh my God, this is not. You did not plan this well. Fix your camera.
Oh yeah.
You look like an idiot. You knocked it.
Whatever. All right. Our first giveaway, since to commemorate the 19. Is that better?
No, it's like put it in front of your face,
the
you
1982
idiot.
Cardinals. Yeah, fell out. It fell out of the box. We got it in a cube here. It's in good shape. We're giving away Whitey Herzog autographed baseball. Yeah. We have 2 that we're going to be giving away. The first one is Whitey, so we will have that one for you guys. We stay tuned to our Twitter page. All right, we got it in the nice handy dandy cube here. All right. pretty cool 40th anniversary of the 82 Cardinals. So both our baseball giveaways will have something to do with the 1982 Cardinals. I'm going to be releasing this stuff on Tuesday probably. So we'll pimp this again next week when we do our breakdown. I want to get through Labor Day weekend, but because I know people are busy. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a Twitter giveaway, and we'll put some rules on that. We're going to have like you have to do 3 things to be eligible. We'll put you into it. We have a random generator. Thank you, Mr. Google. And who owns Google?
Well, I don't know. Actually, I'm actually intrigued by that. Who invented Google? Give me 1 second. I'm Googling who invented Google. Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
Okay, those guys. So thanks to
Oh my God.
them, we have a Google generator that will figure out the winner, and it'll be random, and we'll get in contact with you guys and give it away. And then we will be doing another one in a couple weeks. So I don't know about you, Caleb, even though you seem to forget how cool I think this idea is. I think it's a pretty awesome idea to get. If you value it, it's probably about $140 on eBay. Maybe not. I might have inflated that. I don't know. Either way, it's pretty cool. You get an autographed baseball by an absolute legend, Whitey Herzog.
Also, I don't know how good Whitey's signatures are these days, so maybe that's one of the last best ones you can get. His hands are probably a little shaky.
It's from a few years ago, if we're going to be honest. I
A
don't think
while
he
ago.
signs
I mean,
anymore. Is he in the Hall of Fame? Something I should know. It's Whitey.
Yes, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck? Are you serious?
I brain fart.
Okay, you shouldn't be doing a Cardinal podcast if you don't know
Add
that
to it. Well, I thought so, but then I question. You know how sometimes you question yourself, like I know he is, but is he?
Yeah, well, I don't know how you don't know that.
I knew it. I just questioned. Anyway, Hall of Famer again. Major League Baseball. This isn't just like when we got out of a bucket, right? Signed by Whitey. So we will have that. Pay attention to our Twitter page. We'll be pumping it on our YouTube thing as well. Also on Facebook, we'll pump it on there. And we're pretty excited. We got one more to give away. Also before the end of the season.
Before we move on,
you aren't excited about this giveaway at all. Like you could not give less care.
You got me down the Google rabbit hole.
Something that I think is pretty cool for our fans.
It is cool, and I'm happy for the fans. I hope they enjoy the Whitey Herzog ball when they get it, and I hope that whoever wins enjoys it. But what I want, you got me down a Google rabbit hole on Larry Page. How much do you think Larry Page is worth? Because I feel like it's less than I thought it would be, but still obviously a lot of money.
$2.6 billion.
You're not even close. It's Google.
Low?
Everyone uses it. You're way low.
Bill.
Way low. Like not even like in the stratosphere.
I don't have a guess.
$94 billion. I thought.
Do you think since we're giving him that free pub here, he'd like to maybe sponsor the pod?
No.
Hey,
I'll
Larry,
take $2 billion. $2 billion.
If you're listening, here's your chance.
From Lansing, Michigan is where he's from. But
well, he's a Michigan State fan. Fuck off, Larry.
I don't care, dude. Larry created the best search engine of all time. So thanks, Larry.
Hey, don't take a shot at what's it, Daddy?
I'm taking a shot at Firefox. Is what I'm doing.
No shot at GoDaddy's on here. All right, let's take a look around Major League Baseball a little bit before we get out of here. All right.
Yeah.
First off, if you aren't watching, the Yankees are only 6 games up on the Rays, and they play this weekend.
You know what's even crazier about that?
Ooh! Tampa, I don't know how they do it. They made some deal with Satan in Tampa. Them and Tom
Kevin Cash.
There's Satan is living in Tampa Bay. They got the Lightning, they got the Bucks, and they got the fucking Rays, who no matter who they touch become stars. And I can't wait for the series this weekend.
Shout out Isaac Paredes, man. What a guy. I mean, he was a big prospect for the Tigers. They traded him for nothing, and he's been great since he's been there. I mean, he has an OPS of 787. I mean, that'll play. He's been really good. So I'm happy for him. But I mean, I don't know. I really like the Rays. I think they're a really good team. Hopefully Shane McClanahan's okay. I know they said he has an impingement, but it looks good. So it looks like he'll be back and ready. Glasnow's on his way back. Rasmussen's been great. I mean, they just have a good team. They have a really good chemistry. Wander Franco's on his way back. They've done all this without their best player. So, I mean, they're in a good spot.
Have they given an ETA on Wander? I haven't heard.
No, he keeps kind of like, I think, having minor setbacks, but he was fielding ground balls the other day, which was big on the field. Man, he's only 21 years old. God, he's good. But he'll be back soon. I hope he's back as soon as possible because, I mean, that's obviously – he's the nephew of Eric Ibar.
Huh. All right.
Okay, I just saw that on his page. That's cool.
Larry
hopefully
Page,
he's back soon.
Thank you, Larry Page, for inventing something that gave us that information.
I'll give that one the baseball reference. They get that credit. But Eric Ibar and Willie Ibar. I don't know who Willie Ivar is, but I'm assuming he's also related to Eric Ivar.
I would assume. I would
But
assume.
yeah, I mean, you want to hear what's
With that
crazier?
said,
Hold on, before you move on. The
no,
craziest thing
no,
about that, Cardinals now have a bigger lead in the NL Central than the Yankees do in the AL East.
I know.
After they had a 15 game lead in like a
Yep.
month and a half ago.
With that said, Birdland, the Orioles are only a game and a half back, and the Gunnar Henderson era has begun.
I love the Baltimore Orioles. I really do. They are so much
Same.
fun to watch. You know who I really hope they re-sign? I really hope they bring back Anthony Santander because that guy's been such like the best player on that team for so long, and I don't want him to leave when they're getting good. But man, Gunnar Henderson, he's been so good. Hey, did you see the play he made last night? Did you ever see that?
Yes. I
My
finally,
God.
what you told me about it last night, I went back and watched it today.
Also, how show of a moment was it to hit an absolute tank like
Yes.
430 feet and your helmet fall off and your nice locks blown in the wind on your way around the bases? That
With a name
that's
like
just like
Gunner,
perfect.
well, a
Yeah.
game name like Gunner, you got to have those locks. And two, he's going to be a fucking star. So,
Yeah.
like, if I'm in Baltimore, if I own any business in Baltimore, I want him doing every fucking commercial.
Him and Adley.
Well, you can throw in Cedric, you can throw in Felix Bautista, and let's just
Jackson
do the Omar
Holiday.
whistle. Like, let's just keep it rolling.
Right, get Jackson Holiday up there too. Let's
Yeah,
let's
I mean
fast
that
track him to
Guardian
the big
series was
leagues.
fine. Shane Bieber comes out, Mullins hits a leadoff home run, game's fucking over.
Was that yeah, they hit three of them. They hit three solo shots, won 3-0. Was that a 3 game
3-0.
series?
3 game series, yeah.
Was it or was it a 2 game? Because I only
Tuesday,
saw
Wednesday, Thursday, 3.
they played on Tuesday. They did.
Yeah,
And so they won 2 or 3 from the Guardians.
yeah,
Guardians, what the hell are we doing here?
yeah. Well, hey, also big series this weekend, Guardians in Seattle.
Yeah, but like what are they doing?
Well, here's if you're the
They're like
Guardians.
middling so bad right now.
Well, I think there's so many teams like that. You got the White Sox are playing the Twins this weekend, so they may just like eliminate each other if the
I mean, the White
Guardians.
Sox are dead. I'm done
They're
on them.
done.
They're dead.
Yeah, they're
They're
done.
dead. They're three and
Now, to
seven in
be
the
fair,
last
I know
10.
you hate him, but tease and peace. Hope Tony's okay. I know that he's not with the team now. Had some tests run, heart issues, maybe. Maybe this is their way to let Tony go into the sunset.
Sorry, I just got a weird text message that said my Venmo had been hacked, and I think hopefully that was the spam.
Don't fall for that.
What did you say? I didn't. I deleted the message. I didn't even click on the link. What did you say? I'm sorry. That took my
Jesus,
attention away.
we're trying to
Sorry.
do a fucking show here.
I know, but when you get something that says that your account with your money's been hacked, you're gonna at least look at it. What did you
Fuck, dude.
say? What did you say?
It was good. I don't remember.
Okay, well then it wasn't that
No,
good.
I said it was the Twins and the White Sox. Tony, I know you hate him, but tease and peace. I hope he's okay with the heart issue, but maybe there isn't a heart issue, and they
I hope
just
he's
said this is
okay.
our way to get Tony out of the dugout.
I hope he's okay. I don't hate Tony La Russa. I appreciate him for what he did here. I think he's not fit for today's game, but yeah, I
Agreed.
hope he's all right.
Oh yeah,
I mean
so that's
that's
another
scary.
big
He's
series. You
old.
got Padres Dodgers, I think, this weekend. That could be interesting, as
No, it
always.
won't. It won't
Well,
get
it could
swept.
be.
It won't. They'll
I mean,
get
it could
swept.
be.
They'll
I
get
think
swept.
Darvish pitches tonight.
They're so
Okay, a
bad.
few other things. First of all, I don't know if you watch Phillies games.
I don't.
Okay, I do because Bryce Harper is back and
I do
plays
love
them. So
Bryce
I've
Harper.
watched a couple games of theirs in the last week. Jeans is fucking awesome. What a great fan base. Our fan, what am I looking for? Area.
G's jeans.
Yes, so Jeans Segura fan
Yeah.
area. They all wear fucking denim and they call it jeans. It's fucking awesome. And they have these signs. Never heard of it until the other night. I was watching the game. What is this? This is off. Baseball. This is what Oakland did. Oakland did this shit for years when they had all the stuff going on out there. Jeffy Francoeur, they had Frenchie's Corner out there. He'd order them pizza when people would come in. Like, you had all that shit that was going on. I love it. I wish more fan bases would do it. Look, I'm telling you, when you have shit like this going on, you've got Felix Bautista coming out at 6'8", 742 pounds, throwing 122 miles per hour, and Omar's fucking whistling in the background as the lights are going.
That
And
is so
then
sick.
last night, Timmy motherfucking Trumpets comes out at Shea Stadium. Well, it may not be Shea Stadium. It's still fucking Shea Stadium
It's
to me.
not. It's City Field.
That was electric. But you know what also was electric? That Edwin Diaz, with every bit of pressure that could ever happen, comes in a fucking 1-2-3, 2-3-4 against the Dodgers.
And then the day after throws his hardest pitch of his career at 103.5 miles per hour.
What the baseball? I have been saying this. You've heard me say it. The closer entrance is awesome, but every fucking team needs it. The Cardinals have to get it right. Look, I don't love that they're doing Hell's Bells. That's Trevor Hoffman to me, right? Like
his name wasn't Trevor Helsley.
Shut the fuck up. Do not come on here and disparage Trevor Hoffman.
I'm not disparaging him.
You
I'm
already
saying
disparaged
Hell's
Jeremy
Bells sounds cooler.
Hazelbaker. You took a shot at GoDaddy.com. Let's relax.
No,
All
I
right.
mean I have no problems with Trevor Hoffman. He's one of the best closers of all time.
What I'm saying is that was his. Like, no one should ever play Enter Sandman again. That was Mo's. Do you know what I mean?
Did you know
But I
that
get
Mo?
it.
Did you know
Huh?
that Mo didn't even pick that song? That makes it so sad. He didn't pick it. It was
No.
randomly generated or
But
something
then
for
he
him.
loved it. But then he fell in
Well,
love with
yeah,
it
I
and
know, but
became
it's kind of
friends with the
sad.
dudes from Metallica, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're gonna do Hell's Bells, as soon as the door fucking opens, you've got the technology. The bell's got to drop right there. You can't wait till he's halfway in right center field and then be playing your fucking cap game up on the fucking big
while
screen
it's a
or the
close
kiss
game.
cam, whatever the hell's going on up there. As soon as their lights need to go, the bell needs to drop. Busch Stadium would go fucking ape shit if that happened.
I also will say that September they generally start to up their game a little bit for stadium atmosphere, so you might start seeing stuff like that. Um, that's something I wanted to say. Oh,
Hold
did
on,
you
hold
say
on. Before
what?
you say it,
What?
do you still
What?
have contacts at Busch Stadium that we could get a hold of to say who's in charge of this?
Well,
We got to be better.
I can call Billy, but he probably would be like, why would ask why I was calling him, and then I'd be like, I don't know, I don't know. I was told to do this, and then he'd be like,
Well,
I have
you
no
do
control
know.
over
I'm
it.
telling you why you
Yeah,
need to make the
but then
call.
he'd be like, why are you calling me about this? I just do the field, and I'd be like, oh, okay, you're
So
right, and then
you're
I'd
so
hang
you're
up.
all right. I want to know who to get in contact with because I'm telling you, Busch Stadium would fucking go bananas if they got it right.
It would. I think they'll have they just at least have like a montage of his saves or something. The problem is he doesn't show
Absolutely.
emotion, so you can't like go out there and show him like getting pumped up. He
I'm
doesn't.
gonna maybe we get Danny Mack on here and I can talk to him about it because I do think he could do something.
He definitely could. He has the floor.
Okay. All right.
I had something I wanted to say. Oh, was there part of you that was hoping Edwin Diaz was gonna blow that save? Just because of
No,
how funny that would have been.
no, there wasn't. Like as a base, like I don't give two fucks about the Mets, right? I
I
have.
don't
I
like them.
mean,
I don't like them
there's
at
a lot
all.
of guys who play for the Mets that I love. I don't hate them. I don't hate the Mets. Like,
No, I don't.
but
I do. I do.
they're fucking
We
pond
fought them. You
scum,
should hate them.
right? So you
You
do. I
should
mean, I
hate
hate
them.
them that way. I'm
I
saying
love
there are
DeGrom and
players.
Scherzer, but that's
There are
it.
players on there I love. Like I really
Yeah.
like. So
I mean,
whatever.
yeah.
I love the drama. I love when there's drama. I love when Scottie Pippen looks at fucking Karl Malone and says the mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays, and Karl Malone fucking chokes, and this is the thing because I'm a Bulls fan. So I also love when somebody like Jordan comes out with 104 fever and he puts fucking 40 out there, right?
Well, yeah.
So watching Edwin Diaz, I mean, there could be no more stress could be added to him. You're playing the Dodgers. Timmy Trumpets is fucking right there. You got the Mets doing it. The crowd, also fair. Put the fucking phones away, Shea Stadium, Met, wherever. What is it called? City Field.
City Field. Shea Stadium
Fucking
got
put the
torn
phones
down.
away.
Yeah,
That's
I
incredible.
didn't like that
Live in
either.
the moment.
I didn't like that either. My thing is like that there's hundreds of broadcasts that are recording it. Why do you need to record it?
You can go to Twitter right now and watch it as many times
Like
as you want,
if
and
you
it's
want to
fucking
take a
awesome.
picture because you want to say that you were there, then take a picture
No,
and then put your phone away.
no. And I'm guilty of that sometimes, just trying to get like one little caption
All the time,
and then,
dude. It's
no,
you do
it's
it
not
all
all
the
the time.
time.
Shut up! Don't come at me. But then that was awesome. I wanted Edwin Diaz did exactly what I wanted him to do, and I'm telling you, every team should do it. Every team should do it. I love the walk-up songs. I think they could be even extended a little bit longer to really get a little vibe for who these people, who the guys are. Like you want access. I want as much access to a player as I can get. I've got Twitter, but during the season, a lot of players not on Twitter all the time, right? They're just not because you're playing every day. It's not like the NFL where you play on Sunday. They got 6 days to be on Twitter. It's not that way in Major League Baseball.
No.
So you get a lot of exposure in the offseason. During the season, I want more mic'd up. I want more walk-up songs. I want the closers coming in. If you want to bring the starters in with some music as well, when Waino and Yachty walk
they have
out,
music.
Yeah, I know, but it's not.
It's God's country.
Boom! Like let's
For
get it going. Watching 45,000 people at City Field stand up and go batshit was awesome. That's great for the game.
That was cool.
That's what I.
That was cool. Did you see the shit though, where all these Mets fans are like, and Mets players are telling William Contreras to get rid of his walk-up song because it's the same as as Narcos. Yeah, and then you see Timmy Trumpet said, "We appreciate everybody who uses our music."
Yeah,
and I'm sure everyone feels the same. Like that dude's making so much money off this. Timmy Trumpet, by the way, he's not a small artist by any means, but he's getting so much money off of this. Like that dude's probably made $10 million off of this. And here's what you know what Steve Cohen should do? He should open the pocketbooks, go give Timmy Trumpet whatever he wants, and he should be at every single postseason game.
That's gonna happen, right? Unless he's on tour.
He is from Australia, so it is like quite the travel, but it needs to happen.
No, agreed. It's awesome.
And then he needs to come in
Couple
with Timmy
things
Trumpet,
also.
and
Sorry,
Goldie needs to
sorry.
hit a bomb off him
Yeah.
right into Timmy's trumpet.
Again, I love it. I just think the more access you can get to the players, to the game, to get fan excitement. I mean, I'm telling you, 1982, when Celebration would fucking drop, like when that song came on, like that place went absolute crazy. 85, it was The Heat Is On. We saw the Blues with Gloria, right? And then obviously they've done the John Denver song between the second. That shit's electric as a fan. It is. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
a reason they don't go to break when that shit comes on. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. And they
And
didn't
I
do it
just
better
think
with Hell's Bells for me. They
got
need to
to
do a
do
better
better.
job. Because I thought even last year when Alex Reyes was on his tear, they didn't do enough for him either.
No,
Like
got to be
like
better.
Ryan Helsley, like when he's in the game, every fan is excited because that means you're winning, and it's Ryan Helsley. He's one of the best relievers in baseball, and I hope they start treating him that way. He's a top five
Agreed.
reliever in all of baseball right now.
Agreed 100%. 100%. Okay, couple other things. Spencer Strider.
Quadzilla,
That dude. Okay, so here's my question. Who wins, which Brave wins Rookie of the Year? Spencer Strider or Michael Harris?
Spencer Strider,
Okay.
not even close.
Michael Harris has a higher WAR.
I don't care. He's a pitcher. Like
Okay.
Spencer Strider's a pitcher, so the WAR is not equivalent. Um, Dude, .9 whip, man. That guy, 174 Ks in 114 innings. I don't care what Michael Harris is doing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like
I agree with you. Like we talked
he's got
about
an
it last
argument for
time.
Cy Young candidacy with a 2.8767 ERA. Like that guy, he's got like he can win multiple awards at this rate. I mean, Michael Harris,
16
he's
Ks,
incredible though.
Atlanta Braves record. Not Braves record. Spahn had 18 in like 1952, but
Mm.
Atlanta Braves record. That's pretty awesome.
Michael Harris is having such a good year too. But no, I would say what Spencer Strider is doing is a little bit more impressive to his position. I think to have a 2.67 ERA as a starting pitcher in the NL East is a little bit more impressive than an 867 OPS from a hitter. Do you agree with that? I think they're
Yes.
both incredibly impressive, and Michael Harris is having a great year. He had a bomb the other day, by the way, and I just found out that his nickname is Money Mike, and I love that. So we're gonna run with that one. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, give it to both. Give him co-rookie of the year for all I care. They both deserve it.
Hey,
I'm
by the
in
way,
favor of the co
hold on.
MVP
I
thing.
just got a tweet telling me my Amazon account. What is going on? Why are we getting all this? Also, I did hear what you had to say. By the way, I didn't stare at my phone and not hear one word you said.
Well, I thought my money was getting taken away from me. That's way more
Well,
important than whatever
that's
you're
who they're
talking about.
preying on people like you.
I didn't click on it
No.
till they failed.
All right. Anyway, one more thing that I want to say before we either get out of here or you've got anything else. You are obviously a college student. We have
I
a
am.
lot of fans who watch our show and who interact with us on Twitter and Facebook who are college students. We also have a lot of fans on here who have kids who are college students. So we have been on here since day one of this year, especially shouting from the rooftops, watch West Coast baseball. Well, if you are a college student, Major League Baseball, MLB TV is giving you a free subscription till the end of the year, and I think it goes all the way through the off season too. If I read it right, it's a 6-month thing, so you get all the access also to where you can go back and watch stuff. But that's awesome. I think all you probably need is I assume a college email, right? So whatever your university or college email is, you
Yeah.
can set up
There's
the account.
directions.
It's free. If you go to MLB TV, walk through it. That's awesome. Shout out to MLB for that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. They did that last year as well. So I think it's a yearly thing they're going to start doing. I will say, just heads up, there are blackouts. So if you're in St. Louis, you cannot watch the Cardinals on there. If you're where I am in Champaign, I'm in hell. I can't watch the Cardinals or the fucking Cubs on there. So I can't, or White
If you're
Sox.
in Iowa, dude, there's like 5 teams
Yeah.
you can't watch.
Blackout, they're trying
Major
to
League
address
Baseball's
it,
got to
by the way.
you got to fix that.
They're trying to address it, but the only way for them to address it is to get more, in my opinion, to get more games that are nationally televised. Because the amount of money that these teams make from Valley Sports and all those things, that's where they get most of their money. So they can't, you can't really do anything
My
about it.
point is, if I fucking live in Iowa, where there is no team in my state, I should be able to watch every motherfucker that plays baseball.
I get it, but if you're Valley Sports Midwest, let's say, do you give the Cardinals less money if now you can buy MLB TV and watch it? You probably do. You give them less money, and the teams
You're
don't want
telling me,
that.
but don't you believe that the Cardinals and Valley TV are getting some sort of money from the
They're
MLB?
not.
They have to be because
They're
I have no
not.
right to watch it.
They're not getting any money from it. I don't think, or not much.
Have
Not
to
as
be
much as they
getting
would from
something.
ad revenue from watching it. I
Yeah,
don't
they
think.
have to be getting something. So Again,
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. They probably are,
they
but
have to
not
be.
much. I wouldn't think.
So fix it. Fucking that's a nightmare. That shouldn't be a
They
thing.
right. They can fix it because here's the thing: if you do that and you let MLB TV, I mean, you can give more money to these networks, the 30 networks that run the teams. If you have MLB TV, they can watch everything on it because more people are going to buy it. So I do think it's definitely fixable. I don't know if they're going to fix it though.
Yeah.
They
All
said
right.
they
Well,
were
hey,
working on it, so hopefully.
look, big series, 6.5 up. Brewers are out in Arizona, so there you go. If you get the college TV, you can watch the Brewers and the Diamondbacks after the Cards game tonight, or during the Cards game, or however you want to do it. Like I said, you got Seattle, Cleveland this weekend. I think it's in Cleveland. I looked at that a minute ago, and now I regret not remembering what it
I'll
said.
figure it out.
But also, you've got if you want, when the Cardinals are over, you got the Dodgers, Padres, and I think the Giants, Phillies, maybe Giants, Phillies. I think in San Francisco. So you got some late night baseball out there. And then
Yeah,
just this
Phillies,
weekend.
Giants.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
Brewers, man, Zach Davies. Actually, Zach Davies is having a good year. I apologize for
yeah, I
saying he's
told you he's
bad.
having a good year. Yeah, but
Dude, do you hear the story about him, by the way? I don't know if you ever heard this. He left his wife and never came back to her. Just left and never blocked her on everything and just left. Never talked
woo,
to her again after
bold
he went and
move.
played professional baseball. So she was watching him pitch on professional on ML on like TV, and he hadn't talked to her again after they got married. Wild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Are we sure that's a legit story?
Yes,
Okay.
that's like very public. Like a lot of people
Okay.
know about that.
All right. Good. All right. Good.
I may have told
By the
some things
way,
wrong.
did not get to go
Guardian,
to
it's
Wu
in.
Tang.
You didn't go. You
No,
told me
it
you were
was
at a
Tuesday
concert.
night. So it was Tuesday night. We
Oh,
thought we had Coors Light tickets. Our friend, Coors Light only gave us 2 tickets. And our friend Emmy had asked off work to go with us. So the four of us were going to go. And she's like, well, I don't have to go. Well, first of all, you decided like you're not, it's your favorite band. You're going for sure. And then I was like, well, I don't have to go. I would have loved to have gone. But she ended up going with another friend of ours. It worked out fine, whatever. Wish I would have
well,
gone.
so what
Did
concert
talk to
did you
some
go to
people.
on Wednesday?
So Wednesday night, Emma and I went to see the Voodoo Players, who are like the best fucking
Oh,
band in St. Louis. They did Uncle Tupelo and Wilco. It was incredible. If you live local, go to the Oyster Bar every fucking Wednesday night and see Sean Cannon's Voodoo Players. It's the best fucking music you'll ever see. But anyway, heard Wu Tang was okay. No Method Man, no Redman. I heard ODB's son was there and was like the best. Heard Nas was sort of a letdown. Busta ended it. Heard he stole the show.
yeah. I know. Okay, cool.
So there you go. That's
I
my
have
breakdown.
I have one thing I want to say about the Cards before we get out of here. We are critical of John Mozeliak. I think this Jordan Montgomery trade has potential to be one of the best trades, if not the best trade he's ever made outside of Matt Holliday. But that was a little bit easier. This is like one of the deeper cut ones because Matt Holliday, that's an easy trade. You're trading for a star at the time. He was a
John
star.
Lackey.
Not even close to this.
Okay.
And here's why. I'll tell you. One, Montgomery has been great. The Cardinals are 10-1 in Montgomery Quintana trades. So that's obviously great. Monty has been awesome. They've won every game he started. But I think the thing that's going unlooked and why this trade has been so great is you've now not only have you got a solidified number 3 in your rotation, that's pitching like a number 2 right now, but also like you now have Lars Nootbaar doing what he's doing because of this trade.
Correct.
So I think that's one of the better trades he's ever made, if not the best, because you've added a leadoff hitter, and you've added a number 3 starter in one move. And I'm not going to give him all the credit because I don't think he knew he was doing that necessarily, but that is what happened, and so give him the credit where it's due. I mean, what he did was incredible. So give him that love.
Monty
I won
28, 29.
Monty. I guess be 27, 28. I know
Either way, young, like and
he
control
is
next year.
29. He turns
Okay, that's
30
what
in
I thought.
December.
Yeah. The other thing we didn't mention, and then we need to get out of here. Steven Matz also on the way back. That's another piece that's going to be in your bullpen that I think you're
Lefty
going to have to.
too.
And if you say, "Hey, Steven Matz, give us one inning of the best fucking Steven Matz you've got,"
That might be 97 miles per hour sinkers right
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. And with Hensis Cabrera, I really hope Hensis figures it out because we need him.
Me too.
He's really
We
good.
need
He's
him.
an X factor. I also really like Hensis Cabrera. He's had a weird year. But I mean, that's the one, the lefty. I mean, that's you need lefties. We were just talking about it. Like you might not need him when you have Quintana and Massa can go in your bullpen.
One other thing I'll say, and then let's get out of here. Zero reason for Paul DeJong to be on the postseason roster. Zero.
On the roster as a
Especially in the
defensive
first.
replacement. No, I don't agree with that. Just because I think you could bring him as a defensive replacement.
For Tommy?
And then no, you put Tommy at second, and if it's the ninth inning
No.
of a game, you put your
No.
best defense out there.
Zero. He gives you zero. He literally, you're playing with 25 players because you're
Well, I guess
not going to do that in a 3-game series because you're not going to weaken your offense. potentially going. They're going to be
Here's
close
what I'm
games.
saying though: if it's 4-2 in the ninth inning, you want to consider bringing in Paul DeYoung and moving Tommy
No,
to second and having your best
fuck no,
defense.
no. Brendan Donovan is above
That's
average at
true.
second base, and
Yeah.
Tommy Edman is way better than Paul DeYoung at shortstop.
Yes. Maybe not way
Now
better.
he would not be on
They're
my postseason roster because
so well, who would be Juan Yepes?
if you were to, and I'll do it again, have an injury, then you can make a change then. Yes, Juan Yepes would be on my postseason roster.
What
That's
happens
why.
if Tommy Edman gets hurt in the first 3 games of the series? Who's your
Well,
shortstop?
you change it. I said the first series is only 3 games.
Yeah, but I'm saying what if they get hurt in the first 2 games of the NLCS? Then who's your shortstop?
Well,
Brandon
if he's
Donovan.
out, then you can make a change. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you can't change your roster halfway through. I
If
don't
there's
think.
an injury, you absolutely can.
Oh, okay, then yeah, no, he's on the roster, but he will be.
But I do believe then that means that person that you take off isn't on the next one. So you get to the next round of 5, then maybe you think about first 1 to 3. No way is Paul DeYoung on this roster. No way. For me,
I don't
no
know.
way.
Let's see how the season finishes, and then I'll give my thoughts on
Okay,
it.
that's fair. That's fair. But he's not.
There's still 5 weeks left, and if he goes through maybe another hot streak for the last week or something, then then you can consider it. But
stop.
I'm just saying, like if he does, like there's still 5 weeks of baseball left.
Stop.
Like if you would have told me 5 weeks ago that Lars Nootbaar is our leadoff hitter, I would have asked what the hell happened to our team.
Well, I've been saying it for weeks, dude.
Not for 5 weeks. If you told me Jordan Montgomery and Quintana would be 10-1 in their starts, I'd be like, what the hell?
You're right. Let's get out of here.
What I'm saying is there's just 5 weeks.
Don't forget. Do not forget our Whitey Herzog. Follow us on Twitter. You can find us at @more_noble, at Caleb Noble 08. You can find us there, and I will have this out. Caleb will be retweeting it as well. We'd love to have you guys interact. We'll also put this up on Facebook for you guys and with the instructions. I think I'm going to put that out on Tuesday. All right.
So, I'll be honest with you, I hate Facebook. It's so hard to navigate through
it's all right
accounts.
Because it's for olds like me.
I know, but I can't figure out how to comment from one and not the other. It's weird.
I don't like that either. Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like Facebook.
We got to be better.
Yeah, I'm L on Facebook. I'm on Twitter fully.
We got to get better. So, for those of you watching, once again, as always, thank you. We can't thank you enough. Please go to our YouTube page. As you're watching this, that would be awesome. Give us a subscription. We've got a bunch already. We'd like to add more. That'd be cool. We're really trying to get this thing moving in an even bigger direction. Our number's pretty fucking good for YouTube for our first 2 shows. Pretty happy. Yeah. Now
it's my fuck, what are they called?
Your background.
But the pictures, what are they called? I don't know. Whatever. I missed it. I failed.
Saying?
It was a fail.
Also,
I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, what are those things called? The snapshots?
No. No, I can't. I don't know what it's called. God damn it.
Whatever. Here's what I'm saying. Let me give you a piece of advice for old dumb white like me. All right. If the title of the episode is Albert whatever, I need to see a picture of Albert, not Tyler O'Neill and Lars.
What? Hold on. What are you talking
about? Our second one.
Hold on.
Great picture, by the way. Great.
What was the title? It was Gorman, and that was just too good of a picture not to use. I'm sorry. It was Gorman and Tyler. Well, the thing was, the last one we did was Albert was on
Gorman and Albert.
Yeah, but it was Albert and Nolan were the last one, so I was like, I'm gonna mix it up.
And neither of them are on the picture. That's all I'm saying. I'm not the one doing.
Yeah, I did say Albert and Monty, and I didn't put either of the 2 in the picture.
Neither.
And you know what's even funnier about that? Monty and Albert had a picture of them hugging that I saw, and I couldn't.
So what are we doing? What are we doing here? We got to get better. We got to get better. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching the show. Look, have an amazing Labor Day weekend. We're going to be back next week with a guest. Mike Godar is going to be back. I can't wait. He says he has a face for radio. I said, don't we all? So, it'll be awesome.
We can just put something. We can just put like a picture of Ryan Reynolds over him while he talks or something.
That's right. I'm sure he would appreciate, as would our fans probably, if we're going to be honest.
I mean,
no, just kidding. I'm excited to have him on. He's going to be on with us. And then you got 3 games home against the Cubs. How can you miss that? Salt and Smoke, Broadway Oyster Bar. Go support him.
That Salt and Smoke restaurant's fire there too.
It's awesome.
Those people over there, the workers, they did a great job. They did a great job.
So go there, support them. Next week, you got 4 versus the Nationals, not 5 like Caleb's perpetrating lies out here.
I never said 5. I thought it was a 3-day 4-gamer.
Only 4 against the Nationals. But again, you got 7 home games. Go get out. The weather's going to be beautiful. It's September baseball. Welcome to September baseball, everybody. This is awesome. Also, take advantage if you have a college student in your family, in your life, or you are one. Go get the free MLB TV. You get to watch every baseball game. It's fucking awesome. So go do that. College football. Listen, tomorrow, Illinois, Indiana. Any predictions? Illinois at Indiana. Indiana 1-point favorite. What do you got?
We win by a field goal.
All right, I love it. So take
24 to 27 to 24.
Bielema's got the boys running. He's got them moving, man. They got some talent on that team. I'm excited to see what they do. Tomorrow night, first time I've seen it in a long time. Ohio State, Notre Dame. It's the big celebration of the last Ohio State National Championship. I know all the boys are going to be back in town. Maurice Clarett, AJ Hawk, Bobby Carpenter, all those guys will be back in town.
I didn't know Notre Dame played real teams.
Well, they don't. Well, they do, but evidently they're the fifth. They're ranked fifth, and they're a 17-point underdog.
Oh, we forgot at least mention that there's now that they just voted to agree on the 12-team playoff, which is great.
I was going to get that, but you just completely stepped on the fact that Ohio State is number 2 in the nation, playing the number 5 team in the nation, and they're a 17.5-point favorite. Fuck Notre Dame.
Yeah, so they're not the number 5 team. You can put a 5 by their name. That doesn't mean they're the 5th. They're not.
No.
They play nobody.
By 6 times.
Oh, speaking of Notre Dame, the Saints released Ian Book. Darn.
Kind of saw that coming. Anyway, you are right. Really cool. I wish 2026. I wish it was sooner, but 12 is awesome. 12-team playoff. They are going to make so much money.
I like 12. That's a good number. 12 or 16 is what I wanted.
I want 16, but we're on our way, right? We started with 2. Well, we started with the BCS, which was terrible. That was just like whatever. Now then you went 2. 4 is good. 12 is going to be fucking awesome.
I like the fact that we don't have to have a conversation like last year where we were hoping that they let Cincinnati in. Like now, if a team's that good, they're going to be in. So that's what I want. Like one loss doesn't kill you and make you no longer a competitive. Nope. Like Oregon. Oregon was there, and then they had one loss. It's like, oh, well, they're done. Like that's not what you want. So I like that they did it.
I'm excited. I think that'll be fun. That's good stuff. But again, go support the Cardinals. Watch September baseball. Yankees, Rays. You got Mariners, Guardians. We were going to talk. We'll do it with Mike. I want to talk about Rookie of the Year a little bit and Cy Young just a little bit on our next pod.
Okay.
We'll break down the Cardinals series and preview the 7 games coming up. Got a lot of games coming up for the Cardinals. So getting Flaherty back could be huge. You've got a lot of flexibility for Ali. You add 2 players. I assume Palante will be up here. Because you need it. So it is. It's great, right?
Yeah. Sorry, you just cut out a little bit, like at the end of the podcast.
You were doing this. I thought you were just like staring into my soul.
Oh, right at the end of the podcast, of course, you start. So we need to wrap this up. The internet's getting shoddy.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Hey, have an amazing weekend. You two be safe. If you go to Cam's, try to have them put it on another hand. So you
I don't want to.
Maybe get them on the knuckles. So in
collect
about 8 weeks. Then you got them. Boom, boom, boom. Go Illini. Hey, we got NFL football starting next weekend. I got my big football fantasy draft tonight. I hope I know what I'm doing. We'll find out. It's an expensive league that I'm in. Hopefully I do well.
Take Cooper Kupp in the first round if you're late in the round.
Boom. You've heard it here. Guys, have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Take care of each other. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.